I want to talk in today's video about language. Language is a very important part of human life. We usually can't communicate with others without some form of language. I traveled recently to a country that speaks a language that is foreign to me, and it was so amazing how very quickly things that were mundane, common things started to feel very strange. I felt so lost in that country. Things as simple as taking the bus, buying something. Well, buying something was a little bit easier because, yeah, the person wants my money, so he will struggle and figure out how to communicate with me. But whenever I needed to do anything, it was such a struggle. I felt, who sent me to come here? I wanted to come for vacation now, and I'm feeling, I'm feeling so lost, and I felt totally alienated from what was going on around me. People were speaking, saying different things, laughing. I couldn't hear what they were saying. I was just there. And I mean, I'm not trying to be all gloomy. It wasn't a totally terrible trip, but I just couldn't feel at home. I couldn't feel loved and accepted where I was because I couldn't speak their language. This has got me thinking that there are several areas of our lives where there is a language being spoken, and if we don't speak that language, it's easy to see why we have so much tension in those areas. There's a language of love, there's a language of professionalism in the workplace, there's a language of friendship, there's a language of even good health. And all these things, you can think of them as languages. And if you don't speak the language well, you'll struggle. So, how do you learn languages? One of the finest tricks I've seen in learning a language is by just keep listening to it and keep saying whatever you know, whether it's broken, whether it's wrong grammar, just keep saying what you know. Just keep practicing it. The more you practice the language, the more your brain begins to form all those neural pathways that help you understand the language. So, how can we apply this to, for example, the language of love? For some people, love doesn't come really naturally. And that's a little bit weird to say, but some people didn't grow up in an environment that was very loving and very caring and affectionate. And we probably grew up in a strict and manipulative environment where people play mind games and people stonewall each other, etc. If you wanted to develop that language of love, you can't just read books and think you will develop that. Reading books is important, but you can't just do that. You have to first of all immerse yourself in an environment where you're being loved. You know, there's this saying that only loved people love. You know, so it's somebody who feels loved in himself that will love other people. So you need to find an environment where you feel loved. It could be anything. It could be your church. It could be your friends association or some sort of club or group. But just plug yourself into a place where you can feel the love. And then start speaking the language of love. It might look weird at first. Sometimes I hear some of my friends saying, "Hey, love, thank you, my sweetheart, thank you, my darling." And of course, use it as appropriate in appropriate context. Don't get inappropriate with this. But the more they say it, the more it's natural for them to say it. And the more the people around them enjoy them saying it. And so this is just about speaking languages. You need to find a way to just say it. It might feel weird, it might feel broken, it might feel super anything, but just say it. Speak the language. If it's language of friendship, go out of your way. Be a good friend to someone else. The Bible says, "He that will have many friends must show himself friendly." So it might feel weird. It might feel like you can't speak it. You're feeling lost. This is like abort, abort, abort. But the more you show up for your friends, the more you create a reputation as a friendly person, the more people want to be your friend, the more you smile at other people. People might be like, I live in a place where people frown all the time or almost all the time. They're always frowning. And you're like, what's upsetting you? Why are you guys pissed? Like, I mean, I don't know. It could be the color of skin, but I try not to think about that so much. But they're always pissed. They're always frowning. But on my part, I try to smile. Smile as much as I can. The more I do that, the easier I find it to smile. The more I enjoy myself. The more I speak a language I want to be fluent in, the better I get in it. So that was the message of today's video. You need to learn the language of where you are and speak it often. It might not be easy in the beginning. It might feel weird. It might be wrong language. It might be wrong grammar. But just keep speaking it. You'll get better. Thank you for watching.